Thanks, buddy. An incredible weekend comes to an end as the AHL showcases its finest in San Jose. We'll break down the entire weekend and this incredible AHL All-Star Challenge right now. Live from TechCU Arena, this is Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is Monday night, February 5th, 2023. And your San Jose Barracuda were well represented by Shakir Mukamadulin in a thrilling AHL All-Star Challenge and a great weekend all around. We welcome you to this edition of Teal Town After Dark, your live interactive AHL All-Star post-game show. So if you want to be part of the show, here's how you do it. Chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory, of course. Hit us up on the social media platforms of your choosing. And, of course, find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to make a donation to help support the pod, you can do so on Venmo or hit us up in the Super Chat. And with that, I say good evening to you alongside Kevin Lacy rocking the beautiful orange Barracuda retro, which means I'll be back in like 5 years.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, I can't get enough of this jersey. And considering all the flack that I got from everyone for wearing the Milwaukee Admirals jersey last night, hey, Milwaukee gave me a lot of love over the weekend. So, but I had to come home, so to speak. So it was awesome. What an event!
Oh, wow, this was a great cap to it all here. I mean, we had an incredible seven mini games. You had the craziness of the take care, Chris. Have a good one, my friend. Our friend Chris, the DJ here, rocking it out at TechCU. All right. But it was a great time.
We almost had a guest right now, the DJ of the San Jose Sharks and the Barracuda and the All-Star game, Chris Gangai. But yes. He split out after a 9-hour day. I don't blame him, but we're live.
He wanted to enjoy a beer. We're going to be here for the next few minutes. We may have another guest. We'll see about that. But let's go in the order of the weekend here. On Saturday, there we had the Jersey Expo. A bunch of the collectors over here had their stash for sale, or gawking, otherwise known as how much money can I not spend here, or indeed. But
yeah, even some of the specialty jerseys from the AHL, that's kind of where the AHL prides itself. So the fact that, there were jerseys of all kinds, junior jerseys. I saw a Haltonen jersey there. Memorabilia that you see on the screen. There was all kinds of stuff. My friend won a goalie stick, by the way, tonight, so that was pretty cool. Shout out to Andrew. That was a pretty sweet prize. And it was almost like the equipment sale, but I don't know. It was more potent. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, you had collections everywhere. As you saw that last shot with the John LeClair All-Star jerseys, Paul Coffey All-Star jerseys. It was really cool to see kind of the jersey history of sorts since the Sharks came in. Of course, last night we had the craziness that was, the skills challenge, and of course we always have to give some love to the local boy, Dustin Wolf from Gilroy, playing for the Calgary Wranglers. He was having a good time. Nice. I want to thank PJ, John Swenson, for allowing me to borrow his nice seats with the glass down. I've never seen the glass down for a skills challenge before.
I was thrown off by that, actually, because during warm-up I was sitting in behind the glass like I usually am, and then realized, the fans are all just participating, hanging out with the players. And that was the worst warm-up I've ever seen, because they were just enjoying chatting with the fans, and it was really cool, and good to see this clip of Dustin Wolf, because he'd actually gotten lit up in the 3-on-0 drill. He gave up goals on all 3 of his shots. There's the fist pump right there. He had the fist pump. The Pacific Division too. Oh, and is that my boy Ethan Frank? My boy Ethan Frank now holding the 2 fastest times in the world, fastest lap had 13.032 seconds this year. Only about a tenth of a second behind his world record pace from last year. So, yeah, look at the cuts and the angle. It's just fantastic.
Absolutely. So you had that in there, and then of course, you had Shakir Mukhamadullin coming last minute to get.
That's his theme. That's All-Star weekend, I think, is the last minute, as we saw towards the end. There's Shakir. He showed up there about, 20 minutes left?
Yeah, though he was like on the verge of, of not making it. They announced that he wasn't going to make it, and the next thing you know, he comes in and takes a shot. And again, thank you, PJ, for the seats here.
Look at this move. Oh,
that was silky smooth.
Backhander past Blomqvist.
And then high-fiving everybody.
High-fiving the crowd with no glass. That's what I'm talking about. That was a cool little feature.
Right. So it was a nice night there. It was a nice night tonight. I'll have you recap for a moment here because I think I have somebody that wants to talk to me. So I'll be right back.
All right. Well, it is very difficult to recap 7 games that I just watched this evening, but it was just fast and furious. Usually at these All-Star events, the teams are kind of feeling everything out the first 2 games, and then the second round of games, because it is a round-robin format, the second round of games, teams start to really get into it. And again, I'm gonna misplace teams and such, but. There was one of the ties, I believe it was the Pacific. Why wasn't it the Pacific, folks? Because we saw the Pacific Division come back from being down the first 2 games in the last minute. They pulled the goalie both times and were successful. And once the second game, which I believe was against the North, if I'm not mistaken, they came back and just... They didn't put it away because it ended in a tie, but you could see the tempo really picked up there, and it was just it was awesome. So that was when the crowd kind of sensed, okay, these boys are here to really show their skill now. Really, the feeling out process is over, and those last 3 games were great. Now, granted, one of them was 6-1. So the Atlantic, right? The Atlantic smoked the North in that one. I was a little surprised about that. Oh, you got the scores. Look at that. See, this is why Erik gets the big bucks and I'm just the stand-in with the turtleneck. Speaking of turtlenecks, real quick, my new... Okay, or maybe not big bucks, but we did have turtlenecks tonight. So shout out to Brad Lambert, who was early on, I thought, the MVP of the tournament because he was just scoring goals left and right, but not to be. His team fell short there. For the Central Division, who just were not able to overcome the Pacific there in Game 6. What a wild shootout there to finish that one off. The third time that the Pacific Division... Oh, no, I told you there were too many games. That was the only time the Pacific Division did not pull the goalie and have it capitalize. But yeah, what did you think of just the events overall?
I mean, overall for the game, I mean, this was fantastic to get your money's worth here. I mean, 6 mini games plus a championship. You have, I mean, it goes into like you said, you had like 4 shootouts in all of them, and then and then that game at the end where I'm trying to pull up my notes here for.
The game at the end between the Pacific and the Atlantic?
Yes, where Arshdeep Bains from the Abbotsford Canucks, great goal, clutch goal with 12 seconds left.
That's what I meant by you had players showing up late at clutch times. Talk about your clutch performance. Mukhamadullin gets off the plane, gets off the bus, gets right into the lineup, scores that goal in the relay breakaway there. The relay breakaway. And then tonight, Arshdeep Bains, who didn't even get to participate last night, comes in and gets the game-winning goal with 12.6 seconds left, and was named the MVP tonight, and rightfully so because he had 5 points over the course of the night. I really thought Ruslan Ishakov and Adam Gaudette were flying there for the North, but they didn't make it to the finals, and I think that really affected their MVP chances. Bains seized the moment, and what a great story. Lots of great stories here this All-Star weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you had Rocco Grimaldi, who had a couple of goals plus an assist, I believe, in this one, which really looked really solid to me, and overall, there's a number of guys that just look good. Shakir Mukamadillan, who showed up last minute last night. He gets a goal and assist. He gets a tying goal in the first game for the Pacific. He gets an assist in the championship.
Well, that was the nicest goal. Did you guys, folks in the chat, do you think that was the nicest goal of the night? Because I thought that little spinorama pass from behind the net by Muhammedulin. I guess we're going to have to expect him and Eklund just do-si-doing around the ice here. Folks, don't think Muhammedulin is a crazy offensive threat, but we saw it tonight and it was awesome. So we have the video proof if you want to catch the replay.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean it's totally. It's nice to see from a year where it's been a struggle for the Sharks, where it's been a struggle for Barracuda. It's nice to see a smile on your face, a smile on my face, and a lot of over 4,000 here at the I almost call it the mini tank, but in the Reef here, where it was just a successful night for them to just get some hope and everything with one of their own. I mean, granted, we don't know the status of Daniil Kushtin. We hope he's okay. I mean, unfortunately, he was out and couldn't play in it. And Shane Doan's kid actually wore his jersey.
Yeah, and scored a couple of goals. So Kushtin's jersey got a couple of goals tonight, so that was pretty cool. So I'm sure these jerseys are going to be auctioned off. So go check out, I believe it's ahrauthentic.com if you want to put in a bid for the All-Star jerseys. And heck, put in a bid for Kushtin's jersey and just change the nameplate out or something, even though I think Josh Jones pretty great myself. So.
Gotcha. No, I mean it was a fun night to see all around. Again, like we mentioned, Dustin Wolf, among others, but Baines with that breakaway with the game winner to unbelievable. Let's go to the chat right now. Ruben, you're from Chicago. You're in Chicago or flying out of Chicago right now. Commenting from 40,000 miles up in the sky. Wow, isn't that more outer space than anything?
Oh, my nose. Sorry, guys. It's
talk about nosebleed for sure. But I hope safe travels, my friend. Of course, Molasses would enjoy the turtleneck.
Of course, man. But that's what I'm saying. Brad Lambert is my new hero here. So we'll need to find a way to trade with Winnipeg and bring him over and. We got a number 13 jersey ready for him. Right. So,
and the funny thing is that wasn't that one of the picks? I'm Ian. I know you're in the chat right now, but it's like there was a lot of people hoping for Brad Lambert for the Sharks to pick him up. So, in there, I got that. Like a Tiger, Milwaukee Admirals legend Ian Reed. Shout out to the Milwaukee Admirals. They were my neighbor the last 2 nights, and of course, if you go on their social, you look at one of their pictures, it's just very tiny little Kevin Lacy rocking his Arvidsson jersey.
I was rocking my Victor Arvidsson jersey, and I can say that I was in the palm of Yaroslav Askarov's hands. By the way, Yaroslav Askarov was so much fun to watch this whole weekend. Like, he was just living it up, being a total character. It's what you want. You want to build the characters of the game of hockey. And I was seriously thinking he was going to forget the empty net. He was just going to try and shoot some goals there on the goalie, because why not? I mean, he kept coming out of the net and challenging guys, and he's fun to watch. You remember Evgeny Nabokov always had his flashiness and sliding around and stuff. Not the most conventional, but a whole lot of entertainment there, and that's what Yaroslav Askarov brought. So him and Jesper Wallstedt, man, what a combination for the Central. But the Pacific prevailed anyway, suckers. No, it was a lot of fun, and there was some great goaltending tonight between those two guys. Dennis Hildeby, I thought, was really strong for Toronto, and then of course the Gilroy native Dustin Wolf coming through and getting the win at the end when it mattered most.
And you mentioned Hildeby from Toronto. Back him and Askarov were going back and forth with crazy saves. I mean, Askarov had that 3-on-0 that he had to take care of where there was literally nobody around him to help him out. And he makes an unreal leg save. If you check out the highlights on this night and on our Twitter, you'll see it. But it was a crazy one for that one. It's great because usually these games are just dominating, scoring, and everything. With the exception of one It wasn't. It was quite entertaining.
That's what you want to see. You want to see close games, and you want to see the teams try, and especially there at the end, the last 2 games particularly with 2-2 scores. You saw them really compete and battled and get that lactic acid out of their legs. It was pretty fun stuff to watch, and I think the fans went home very happy. I know I will be. So
yeah, no, it was a crazy night and a crazy weekend for a lot of these guys who had to come in from SFO, some from San Jose, including Mukabudulin, who said last night, just trying to get the drive down where it was just an absolute torrential downpour for like the red carpet arrivals and everything.
Yeah, about I think good 6 to 8 players didn't show up until very late. Obviously, Muhammadulin, Lucas Carlson showed up to walk out in his street clothes. So did Georgi Merkulov, and there were a couple other players who didn't even make it. Half the mascots didn't even make it to last night and showed up tonight. And this is my transition here, folks. Fuego. I know he's the enemy mascot, but this guy right here absolutely rocked it both nights. He could not be stopped. He was all over the building and flexing and taking his jersey off, and it was crazy. But what marketing here? I was talking to Fuego. Of course, we had an all-world conversation between the two of us, and he busts out his, he's got factoids about him and everything. Of course, he's got the best number around, 22. Shout out Dan Boyle, and honorary captain. But I'm thinking, what great marketing here. So Coachella Valley, 5 stars.
No, bravo to them. I mean, what was it? Griff from the Grand Rapids Griffins. He was throwing. They were long bombs across the ice during the skills challenge last night. That was crazy to see. Of course, Frenzy was all over the place in a frenzy to do among a lot of things here. So, that's. You going to get going? All right. So thank you very much, Kevin Lacy. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you all had fun. If you didn't catch the game, I'm sure the NHL Network will be showing it on replay. And then, of course, it's on demand on AHL TV. So, I guess I'll see you guys at the next Barracuda game. Country Night's coming up. So, that was the highest selling ticket last year. So come on out. Have fun. We had fun tonight.
Yeah, it was. I remember I was at that game, the foam country hats. I'll spare you the square dancing, folks. No, let's marinate. Kevin, thank you very much. Appreciate you, buddy. Right, take it easy. And if you see Nolenberger, let him know I'm still up here before I get tackled by security. All right. All right. Kevin Lacy joining us here as we wrap up the AHL All-Star Weekend in San Jose from the TechCU Arena. Again, a great night all around. And, of course, the best moment. Oh, Kevin. Your thing. Yep. So be on the lookout for that as we are. So you're welcome. In the chat, let's go to Like a Tiger. Fuego is loved in the Discord. We love the spicy chicken, which actually sounds really good right now. That's for sure. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. Unfortunately, we're going to have to get going here before security lets us out. I don't see anybody else coming in here, so I think that'll do it for us. So in case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll have this uploaded later this evening after I make my tumultuous trip up 680. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, by all means, hit that like and subscribe buttons. And, of course, leave a comment down below if you didn't catch us live, asking your thoughts on how it went with the AHL All-Star Weekend, if you were able to make it out, or anything that got you going for this weekend, along with a lot of Sharks alumni, including Scott Hannon, Dan Boyle. Dan Boyle had an epic speech at the AHL Hall of Fame ceremony tonight, earlier today. Same with Roy Sommer, who was honored by the Hall of Fame and being inducted in there. He had an incredible speech talking about anybody and everybody, and to how he lasted so many years with the Sharks organization on a number of cities, for that matter. So With that, I believe I don't see anybody else. So, yep, I think it's going to be time to depart for that. So I appreciate each and every one of you joining us. We'll have some content. We'll let you know if the Niners win the Super Bowl. We might jump on and see how that relates to the Sharks organization. No, I'm kidding. But the Sharks' next game is February 14th as they head into Canada for a quick 2-game road trip against the Winnipeg Jets. And I believe also the Calgary Flames, yes, on the 15th. And then the debut of the Cali Fin on the 17th for that. For the Kuhre, though, we have, let's see here, on Friday night and Saturday night, it's a home-and-home with Bakersfield as they take on the Condors. Friday night at 7 p.m. in Bakersfield. You can come over here to TechCU Arena on Saturday at 6 p.m. for that matchup. So we tried, we built it, let's see if we could get anybody else, but nope, that's not going to happen. So I appreciate each and every one of you joining us. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button on the way out. We really appreciate your support throughout the years. And so until next time, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, teal. Teal together, everyone, and have a great night.